Okay, so this is a question we get all the time, and this is a big portion of what TCMA does. How important is my website? I mean, how important is it? And this should be the brain, okay, of your company right here. You're gonna imagine this as your brain. Without a functioning brain, you have nothing. And when we first got into this, doing website design for clubs, it's a lot of clubs have awesome places, and they're posting amazing pictures about their club, but there's no activity, there's no function, there's no paths for the prospects to go to. That's the problem. Can you create a website where it's can you create a formula where you always get leads? If the answer is yes, you can. I look at a website, and the first thing I do is start to diagnose it. What things could you be doing better? What links could you put on? What offers can you give? Remember, you're there to collect leads. That's what your website's supposed to do. Your website is supposed to sell. And just because you post a bunch of pictures of your gorgeous country club or your program in there, that doesn't mean you're going to sell anything. Okay, you may sell a little bit, but honestly, you'll never really know. You'll never know that somebody went to your website and saw, your greens or your tennis courts, and they'll say, "Oh my God, this is a beautiful place. We need to go there." It doesn't really work that way, and I think that's a huge misconception. Now, I'm not saying it doesn't work at all, but you're missing out on a completely different market, or I should say, a completely different idea of how to generate more of those people, more leads to get to your club. There is a formula to do this, and that's exactly what we do. We create this custom website for you, or if you already have a website, you're using WordPress or Wix, and we tell you, look, this is where you got to put all this stuff, because this is how you're going to generate more leads. And you got to create a funnel for people. If you just put a website on there that's just so broad, you're losing. You're going to lose. Okay, you got to take my word for this, because you will lose on this. You're going to lose on hundreds, if not thousands, of leads when people visit your site. I figured this out over time. Working with my tennis companies and working with the different academies that I had and programs. There is a way to set up a funnel. There is a way to, set up links to where you're going to collect people's information, and that's exactly what we started. That's how this whole thing started. And then from there, we got into the marketing, and then now it's this full-blown marketing agency. But, we originally started with the idea of, can you create a website to where it is, automated, and you can get more leads from it? And the answer is yes.